We very much have been looking at Sprout as the final boss of this Challenger League. They have looked to improve week on week on week. And despite that, they still do not want to see Gyroscope. They didn't want to see Flip of Faith. It is going to be the blue team of Sprout. It is going to be HOMYNOTSUN on the red side. It's going to be Agility Dash to kick things off. And that is definitely a map that we've talked about a lot as favored by Sprout.
Where is Reps? Sprout? They're not feeling it anymore? No, where is it? Yeah, positioning wise. Generally, they pick it in their first two maps. Sprout, they pick Reps. They're very confident on it. Did they perform quite as well on it last time we saw them? No, but they still seem... There we go. Well, it wasn't even picked by them, but hey, there we go. Works out just fine, and Parkour is going to be that tiebreaker. This is an interesting one. We haven't seen a normal kind of map pick. Normal, by normal I mean slow down, back and forth, slippy slides, and freestyle. We haven't seen that a lot from Sprout, so that is an interesting one.
Yeah, and we haven't seen it a lot tonight either. It definitely feels like the teams have come into the Super Week ready to mix things up a little bit, to start throwing some slightly oddball picks at their opponents. That's something we talked about as far back as, like, you know, week 3, saying, I kind of hope that is what happens. I was hoping for it in the context of, hey, someone pulls out Gyroscope this weekend. Someone has just fully gone for it in preparation.
I don't think this is the case so far. To do that.
It probably wasn't, as very much this one in a must-win situation is going to be both teams giving it their absolute best. It is going to be Sprout on the blue side. It was Sprout who picked Reps in the end as well in map 5. And HOMYNOTSUN on the red side up against them too. In what should be a close match. This should be a close match, and I'm hoping we're not jinxing it, because this one should be exciting.
Yeah, I did tell you earlier, you know, most likely, I think 90% likelihood we get at least 6 maps out of this one. But, yeah, I mean, there's a world in which one of these teams does manage to sweep it away, because we've seen both of them perform really, really, really well. And if one of the teams is flawless, there's just no way into it. And we've seen Sprout perform like that before. We've seen HOMYNOTSUN put up performances like that before. More likely than not, though, you know, there are going to be mistakes from both teams, and that is going to mean we get a long series here.
Yeah, hopefully we manage to see it. Onto Agility Dash we go. And again, this is a map that Sprout have been favoring more than pretty much any other team in the Challenger League, willing to pull this one out. With that said, that'll be an early mistake from Dexter to drop him about a second behind the rest of the field on this one. And Feed and Enter, they are looking to bring the competition at the moment. Scrappy going for the jump trick a little bit there. The landing is a little bit awkward though. Didn't quite have the distance he wanted.
Yeah, and this is a map where a tiny error will send you flying down that leaderboard, and Dexter, you know, a matter of millimeters hitting that lamppost going in towards the turn. When you're going that quick, that is a massive, massive crash, and he goes down 1.6 seconds already. And we know, well, as we've gone through the weeks, this identity has become more and more consistent from these teams. It's never fully consistent, I don't think, from anybody, but we have seen a lot higher success rate, especially from a team like Sprout, as we've moved forward. So 1.6 seconds starts to become more of an issue.
Yeah. I mean, hey, surely an ace for HOMYNOTSUN from this position as well, right? They don't throw this away. They'll keep it 100%. Scrappy will continue to go for that jump, leading into the identity. It will not be time for an L+ ratio for HOMYNOTSUN. They are being gained on by Scrappy at the moment. And Feed has lost his back wheels a little bit to that jump, and Scrappy will clutch second place from the jaws of defeat. It is still a good round from pretty much everyone involved. The only real mistake, Dexter's one early in the map, but it is a round win for HOMYNOTSUN.
I mean, Dexter made up half a second on Enner at the end there, technically.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway. Yeah, no, Dexter did make up. He was 1.6 seconds down from the leader to start, well, as we went towards the identity there, and he closed it to 1.1 seconds. That shows you how scary Sprout are on the identity there. We saw firsthand how quick Scrappy was, but, you know, you can see on paper as well how quick Dexter was in that one. We'll have to wait a little bit for the next round of that one. So, you know, we'll leave you in suspense a little bit there. But yeah, I think that's the thing, right? If they clean up those earlier mistakes, things are looking very good for Sprout, and that's the kind of team they are.
Yeah, we are in a bit of a pause, and we did see Scrappy leave the lobby as well. He did seem to drive pretty well in that last round, managing to snipe out the agility dash. I'm just going to move straight past that because, unfortunately, Twiggy, it might just be true.
I really hope not.
It definitely isn't true, and once we do get word on exactly what is going on, hopefully we will be able to get back into this one sooner rather than later. because this is looking like a good match. I mean, it's only one round in. There's very little to actually talk about, but so far, Twiggy, it did kind of live up to the hype that we were doing it. It was mostly clean from everyone. Dexter, the only one with a mistake, was still driving very quickly in the back half, and that's what we want to see. That's the matches that we want at the top of Challenger League.
Yeah, it really is. I think these are two of the, obviously we see alternate attacks in that way as well, but I think these two teams have a special way of doing things that somehow it's a lot more, maybe not intense, but, everything comes down to small mistakes rather than big mistakes. A lot of the time when we see alternate attacks lose rounds, they lose it because there's a big crash. Scandir doesn't make it all the way through, but when they're very quick, they're very quick. Sprout and HOMYNOTSUN are more consistent, so smaller mistakes make a bigger difference in each round, and that is why I think this is going to be such an intense series.
It should be fun. We have just got word that Scrappy is giving his PC a quick restart. And as we know, of course, all Trackmania players do love to restart their PCs every so often. Definitely nobody in the Trackmania community would leave their PC on for months at a time without any kind of restart at all. Scrappy wouldn't anyway. He has restarted it. He is back into the lobby, and we will be back into round 2 here.
Yeah. That was really good. I like that. That was actually smooth. Well done. That was one of the funnier jokes you've made.
I'm going to feel insulted by that, and you can't.
Okay, yeah, feel exactly what you want to feel. I'm not. Look, you gaslit me earlier. I'm gonna. Look, our relationship is ruined. That's just how this is. Either way, Dexter out ahead on this one. He's got very good pace in this round, and oh my God, Feed doesn't quite make the jump. Goes a little too high up on that one, and is going to fall a long way back. Scrappy now keeping up with Enna, but it is Dexter in first place.
It is going to be Dexter holding on to the lead at the moment. Scrappy is chasing Enna down, and Feed, as you say, completely off the pace in this round. And based on the first round, again, only one round of proof, but a few weeks of proof as well that these players are getting better at this agility dash identity. We're hoping for less mistakes, and that means a mistake like that early from Feed could prove very costly. A mistake like that from Scrappy could prove costly as well. Should remain in front of Feed, but it does mean the ace suddenly looking a lot less likely.
Yeah, well, and it's struggling now to keep up with Dexter, who is very much on form here today and stays out ahead. Enna has a little more speed. Can he catch up before the end? I don't think it's going to happen. Not whatsoever. Dexter gets through to the end with a 28.962. Scrappy... yep, okay. Well, Feed comes third. Scrappy is going to finish fourth here. It's a draw. But Dexter, oh my lord.
That's quick. That is 400ths off the current Challenger League record set by Worker all the way back in week 2, which in some ways is surprising to me. It does feel like the players have been getting much better at agility dash, but hey, Easy Dreams Worker back in week 2 set the time that we've been chasing ever since on this one. Yeah. But I mean, this feels like a match where it could be broken.
I think when you look at players improving on a map, there are two schools of thought with that one. Agility Dash isn't one of the ones where we've seen improvements in time. We've seen improvements in consistency on Agility Dash. We've seen improvements in time in stuff like Slowdown, where, there isn't really much to be lost in terms of consistency. This time around, this is one of these maps where we're seeing players get better at the map. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're getting quicker at the map.
No, I completely agree with you on that one, but with that said, the consistency and the speed both seem to be there at the moment, at least in this match. Although it won't be Dexter looking to push it in this round. He has dropped a little bit away from the rest of the field. Scrappy holds onto that lead. Feed gets down onto the booster very quickly. Enna with a bit of a wider line. Has dropped away, but with a little bit more speed over this long middle section. Is catching back up. Starts his drift very early indeed, but is still gaining on Scrappy and Feed. Enna full sending it through the turns.
Yeah, and really going for this one and does make up quite a decent chunk of time here. Scrappy stays in first place. Uh-oh, Feed. He gets hit by that piece of... Oh, my God.
Hello, wait, Dexter.
Hello. Mance was 6 temps down, and he's just here now. Cool.
Dexter's quick. He is just how it be. He is
no way he's going to win this round.
He's going to win this round. I don't know what to tell you. Dexter's going to make the mistake. He's in space right now. He's not winning this round. Dexter versus Scrappy for the round win. It will be an ace either way. And it is going to be Dexter who comes from the back of the pack to win the round.
What? Like, how do you get a 129.3 after losing 6 tenths at the start? That would have been by a massive margin, a Challenger League record if he didn't lose 6 tenths. Massive margin. He would have smashed it.
Yeah. there's really not much to do except agree. Dexter is incredibly quick, and HOMYNOTSUN have to be quaking in their boots at the moment, because I don't know that we expect Dexter's performance to be any different on any other map in this pack.
I made the joke last week that his surgery had, he had, you know, got, like, implants that made him better at the video game. I'm putting on my tinfoil hat. That's all I'm saying. This is, there's something different going on. Oh, well, he, again, before the identity does go down into 4th place. Yeah, but look, the dude's made up 6/10, 2 rounds now. It's not, that doesn't mean anything.
It's true. Look, you gotta throw the casters off your scent sometimes by making mistakes when they're talking about how inhumanly perfect you are. Yeah. It makes sense to me. He's still there, right? He's still very much in this race, and he is going to be gaining a little bit of time back towards Feed, Enner, and Scrappy, all of whom are within a 10th of each other as we head towards our pre-identity series of hills as well. Scrappy is 300ths away from Feed on this one, and Dexter has regained, has caught up and over it, taking on Enner, who has made the mistake. Scrappy still going for the jump on that one. Feed keeping all 4 wheels planted on the ground, is trying to overtake Scrappy with more speed, will do so through the checkpoint as well. Scrappy though racing back, better line through the middle, it's to the finish line, it's going to be by just 200ths, but Feed will hold off Scrappy.
A 129.0 as well. Oh my god. What is going on? What a round and what a time. Okay, well, this is a fever pitch, I think, is what you would call this competition at this point. And yeah, I mean, Sprout stay 2 points ahead. HOMYNOTSUN are really fighting for this one, though. What a time. And yeah, tiny mistakes are making all the difference now.
Like literally less than a 10th in some of these rounds. And this is map 1. There is so many more to be played as well. This is going to be one of the best matches of the Challenger League so far, it feels like. That is what we are being set up for. But we're going to see which team can manage to finish this one off. I mean, an ace still, either way, would be a big swing in this match. Neither team has pulled it off so far. It is HOMYNOTSUN who have the position to do it, but that's betting on Dexter making a mistake in the back half of this map.
Let's keep in mind, we've really, you know, been, oh, Dexter is catching up so much all this time. And thinking back to Feed's time just then, he does have 3 Challenger League records at the moment. One of them is tied for world record overall with Pac on freestyle. So, when he shows up, oh my god, he really shows up. It feels like right now it is the battle between Dexter and Feed, and it definitely is in this round. Enner down by 4/10, Scrappy down by 1.4/10. Or 1.4 seconds, but Dexter out ahead now. Feed, can he catch up on this one? Gets a little less speed in towards the identity. Dexter stays in first place, but turns a little wider, and there's a wheel clip as well. He's fallen out of control. Feed takes first place back. He's going to take first place overall. Dexter, with a tiny mistake, falls down into second. Scrappy takes home third, and Sprout keep their 2-point lead, get themselves to track point, but it's staying very close.
Dexter manages to keep the car under control as well, which is difficult to do on that identity with a couple of small clips. Holds on to the second place. Feed taking a first. I mean, the 1 point for Sprout, right? The fact that they move up to 7 points now, that they're an ace away, an ace they will not be getting on this round, most likely, as Scrappy will fall away from the other 3 cars as well. It's going to be, it's going to be close. I keep saying it, but that is the story of this match so far. It is so close in rounds, in score, and on track.
Yeah, Dexter stays out ahead this time around, has not made a mistake to start things off here. Feed, he fell back. Scrappy fell back even further. Enner just having a difficult time keeping up with Dexter at this point in time. Can he stay close enough that he can pounce on a mistake that Dexter may or may not make towards the end of the map? We will see. But as things stand, we're going to be going again here on Agility Dash, unless both Enner and Feed make terrible mistakes and give Sprout this round win, this ace. But Dexter looking like he is keeping first place and holding on to it.
Where's Dexter going? He's just taking off into the distance.
He's gone.
That was the first time that Enner really made a clear error on a corner, and Dexter had still just pulled nearly a second ahead anyway. This is absolutely absurd so far from Dexter. Well, there you go. Never mind. No, he's into the mud. He's into the void. Man. Feed and Enner are going to pick up an ace, barring any catastrophe. Dexter, it looked so good up until it didn't.
Of course, Dexter's on track to get a world record, and he doesn't make it to the identity. Look, Like, welcome to Trackmania. Here we are.
It was such a funny mistake as well, right? He literally did just not make the jump, just sailed underneath the platform.
He just went, don't need that platform, all good. To be fair, the speed he had, I think he was fair in thinking that he could have just made it to the finish line through pure, just straight line. He was flying. Yeah. He was literally flying before then.
Yeah, it was very, very quick. At least a Challenger League record, I think, probably on the cards. Oh, yeah. And still, at least one round left in this one. What a mistake from Dexter. And Scrappy, who's had a couple of dicey rounds in a row now, will have to fight against Feed by himself up the front. Enner's dropped away from this battle a little bit, and a win for HOMYNOTSUN is it. That will be Agility Dash. They will take away what is turning into Sprout's signature pick in some ways in the first map of this match.
Yeah, Scrappy is going to have to do a lot of work. If he takes back first place, things are looking all good for Sprout. But apart from that, it's not looking great for them. Dexter with an early mistake, falling back 2.2 seconds, is definitely pulling the team down right now, which is absolutely heartbreaking considering that he could have managed to get almost, well, we don't know for sure, but a world record last round, very possibly. Oh! Feed, he stays out ahead. I thought he made a mistake there, not quite. Scrappy is going to have to catch up on the identity to keep them in this game. Can he do it? No, he can't. He doesn't make the second jump. Feed cruises home, it looks like, to a win here, but no matter what happens, HOMYNOTSUN have taken the first map. It's an ace for them. It's absolutely brilliant. A 28.9 as well to finish things off. Not quite the Challenger League record, but very close.
Very, very close. I mean, for as good as Dexter's been, for as much as we were talking about Dexter throughout that, Feed was possibly the quickest player on track, and definitely, I think, the most consistent at that speed as well, Twiggy. That was really well done. 2 aces back-to-back as well for HOMYNOTSUN, while Sprout were sitting on 7 points to close that one out. HOMYNOTSUN, they're looking very, very good. And while you kind of mentioned it, and you can look at HOMYNOTSUN and say they've gotten lucky at times, you know, their opponents make mistakes in clutch situations. The fact remains that HOMYNOTSUN are always there to capitalize on it, and that has carried them to multiple wins at this point. And you look at Feed, and you cannot say that there is luck involved in what he has been doing, because it is so quick, so often.
Yeah, I think it's a team that, you know, despite odds, don't manage to get a lot of aces compared to other teams. I think that is why people think they get lucky a lot of the time. They just manage to squeeze out points every round. Well, Feed has 3 Challenger League records. That's just categorically not true. Like, yes, they're able to pounce on mistakes. That is their biggest, I think, you know, that is the biggest reason that they do win out series and do well and are up at the top of the leaderboard right now. But you got to keep in mind that they are insanely quick as well.
Yep, they do well indeed. You're absolutely right there, Twiggy. We'll see how they do.
I said the one. I said. Childish. Childish. Childish.
Yeah, my mother will be through to put me into bed soon. That's absolutely correct there. We'll see how this goes. This is a close round once again on Slowdown, as they so often are. Who's going through the trees? The answer is Dexter, but he is more going into the tree on that occasion. And all of a sudden, HOMYNOTSUN there to pick up on their opponent's mistakes. They will manage to pick up an ace with a time of a 56.6 as well for Feed. I mean, he's 2/10 off the Challenger League record, but that's, you know, his own record.
Yes, and it's pretty much the world record as well. It is 13 thousandths down from the world record, so incredibly nice time, and especially for the first round, you know, like, you don't get really time to warm up before these ones. You're thrown straight into it, you go. You have to drive straight away, and being able to pull that out immediately is absolutely brilliant. It shows that the muscle memory is absolutely down. And Sprout, I mean, HOMYNOTSUN, like sharks, have smelled blood in the water, and they're really pouncing on it now.
They are absolutely trying to seize full control of this match right now, managing to take Agility Dash away from Sprout, and here a big win on Slowdown would really set them up to take a huge win, a very important win in Playday number 6. And Feed, well, he's leading around again, but he has Scrappy and Dexter to contend with on his tail lights, and will be going through these trees with Scrappy and Dexter. This time around, they keep the car out of it, and both of them overtake Feed, but he has the lineup then on the last turn. It's going to be such a tight race to the finish line. I think Dexter has him by 0.02 of a second. Dexter manages to hold on. Scrappy will take third, a 10th behind again, and Enner is just in the park.
There ain't no rest for the wicked here on the Challenger League. Every round is going to be like this from here on out. I feel like Sprout and HOMYNOTSUN are just such evenly matched teams that at this point, you know, like, there are even parallels that you can draw between Feed and Dexter's playstyle and Enna and Scrappy's playstyle. They're all incredibly quick. They all have very similar characteristics when it comes to making decisions, whether you risk something, whether you save something. That every round is probably going to come down to hundreds, if not thousands.
Yeah, it's been that way so far. Long may it continue as well. It's certainly feeling that way in this round as well. Dexter, Feed, and Scrappy once again all very, very close together. These cats, they're sitting very comfortably around a campfire with their friends, but I don't know how long a friendship can last in a race as tight as this one.
Yeah, that's going to be very difficult. I would be, you know, the competitiveness definitely gets ahead of the sitting very comfortably. Well, we'll see. There are only 3 cats in the sitting comfortably, so one of them definitely got pushed out of there. And it looks like Dexter is going for another great time here. Oh, can Scrappy overtake, or will he be overtaken by Enna? He will indeed be overtaken by Enna. We'll go back to Dexter's time in just a second there, but again, it's 4 tenths between every single player, and a great snipe to force a draw. But yes, that time was again within about 1.5 tenths. Yeah, amazing. Insane.
I mean, throw your mind back to the first match of the night here when alternate attacks took on Exalti, and Scandir was banging out 56-7s over and over, and that was 56-7s were round-winning times every single time in that match. You need to get a 56-5 to guarantee your win in this match right now. These players, they are pushing the envelope of the Challenger League. They are playing at another level right now.
Yeah, absolutely insane at this point, when every round is within, you know, 2/10 of the, not just Challenger League record, but world record, or live world record, we should say. It's unreal. That is the closeness of competition that Slowdown brings, and especially with 2 teams as well matched as these two, who are pushing each other to the finish line every single time. Once again, this time it's Enna, who looks like he might have more speed in towards the end. Dexter trying to stay out ahead, but Enna is the one who crosses the line first. Dexter down by 13 thousandths. It's another draw.
Dexter took every inch out of the first turn into that identity, trying to catch back up. His wheels came, it was nearly in the wall. It still wasn't enough. Still loses by 13 thousandths. Cannot quite regain. It's another draw. HOMYNOTSUN hold on to their lead. Neither team on track point yet.
It's an early mistake from Feed. He touches the wall on the dirt turn. He's going to fall back a few tenths on this one, and that is an absolutely massive blow, considering what we're seeing every single round from all of these players who are clean through to the end and get amazing times. You lose the opportunity to catch up to 0.7, and suddenly it's all over. Oh no, Scrappy goes down as well. Dexter versus Enna for first and second, and it's going to be Feed versus Scrappy for that 3rd position, but Scrappy has fallen down a few more tenths further than Feed. Can Dexter keep that lead? Can Enna catch up? Enna's down by just a little more. Dexter with more speed as well. He's going to get through to the finish line in first place, no problem. A 56.46. It's not quite the record once again. Within half a tenth. Are you kidding? What?
It's so dumb. It's so quick every single round, and it's still a draw. It's still a draw. HOMYNOTSUN, though, track point now. An ace would do it for them. I mean, hey, how likely does an ace feel? Not very, is what I'm going to say at the moment, but it is on Sprout. The pressure on them, because no matter how close it's been, no matter how good the times have been, what Dexter's been putting up, Feed has been doing that little bit better, and in the race for those 3rd places, Enner has been beating out Scrappy on these rounds, and it's given them the leads, and it could give them 2 maps in a row.
Yeah, and we're seeing the way everybody is being pushed to their limits here just by looking at that first dirt turn. We've seen over the course of the last 3 rounds, I think 5 players have touched the edge of that dirt turn and lost a couple tenths, because you're being pushed to get as much speed every single point out of that turn. And that means now that Feed, he's in first place. Dexter out ahead. Oh no, Enna has gone. He made a little mistake there. Scrappy is down as well. But look, it's Dexter once again in first place. Feed takes second. Oh my god, it's over and over again. A 56.6, and it's another draw, and we go again.
Yeah, Enner made a slight error through the first hill, but Scrappy made a bigger one. Scrappy went for a little bit of airtime and drops all the way down, and that's what I was saying in the middle of that round, Twiggy, right? Scrappy has been losing that battle for 3rd place which means that in general, when Dexter manages to hold on for first, it's a draw. But if Feed manages to really step up and pull up a great time, it just feels like all of a sudden HOMYNOTSUN could win this map, this round, out of nowhere. Scrappy needs to step up, Dexter needs to try and hold off Feed, and right now Feed sitting in fourth. You cannot bet that he's going to remain there long.
I mean, it's only by 2/10, you never know what's going to happen. Just an awkward turn, not even an awkward turn, just a turn that is not as perfect as everybody else could make up that time. Scrappy and Dexter now in first and second. Scrappy hasn't really turned up this map so far, not in the same way that Dexter, Feed, or Enna have. Can he do it this time around? Can he get an ace and bring Sprout to 9 points here? Feed is going to try his best to catch up here, but Scrappy and Dexter stay in first and second. Dexter is gone. Can Scrappy bring home first and force another draw? Yes, he can. A 56.52. It's within a 10th of the Challenger League record once again. It's insane. It's another draw. We go again.
That is how you step back up. Scrappy, a 56-5, holding on to the draw. But now, Sprout, they literally cannot afford another draw. They need to ace this round if they want to win the map.
This is unbelievable now. Any tiny mistake. And first place is always now within 2/10 of the Challenger League record. So you need to be perfect all the way through to the very end if you want to secure your... Oh no, that's not perfect whatsoever. Down goes Dexter. And again, it's going to have to be Scrappy to do this one. But there's no chance. There is no chance that Dexter can catch up and stop HOMYNOTSUN from getting a point here. Surely, not both of these players are going to do anything wild here.
They have to be able to keep it clean to the end here. They've been so good at it. They might even just pull out an ace of their own to take map 2. If Feed manages to get the Challenger League record here, do you know what? Go and break the world record as well. It seems like a tall task, but they are holding on. Scrappy, he's going to try and deny the ace. He will deny the ace, but he will not be able to deny the map. HOMYNOTSUN will take one of the best matches we have seen on Slowdown in the Challenger League, probably include the Grand League in that one as well. And I mean, heartbreak for Sprout as well. They are now chasing this match.
I mean, we saw what, five times within a 10th of the Challenger League record that time around, or five times within 2/10 at the very least. There, that is unreal. We just have not seen a map like that in the whole of Challenger League here. These two teams are at each other's throats. HOMYNOTSUN is being pushed to their limit to get this one done, but they're 2 maps ahead now.
Yeah, and the crazy thing as well is that there was the times were repeatedly in that range. They were really, really close to the Challenger League records, and they needed to be. I mean, we see plenty of rounds where people set really good times and then the next closest car is 3 or 4 tenths down, but there was times close to the Challenger League record and then the opponent was a 10th down on them as well. That's how close it was. Those times were necessary. And now we move to Slippy Slides, which is absolutely one of the closest maps in general in the Challenger League. 3 players tied, including Feed, for the record on this one. Cars will drive us over to kick this one off. And yeah, I'm feeling a little bit run over at the moment. I've been flattened by this match so far.
111.304 is our magic number on this one. 3 players, that is Ratchet, Complex, and Feed in the Challengers League, are tied for that time. Will anybody else get it? There are 3 players here that can still get that time and draw up against every single other person here. We'll have to wait and see. It does seem like every single player here is hunting for world records at this point. Nobody has quite managed to get one at the moment, but they're knocking on the door at the very least. Feed has dropped down by 3 seconds. This could give Scrappy and Dexter the break that they needed in this series.
It needs to be now. The reverse sweep would be so difficult, and this is the chance to get off the start they need. Dexter, how far down is he now? No, he's still there. He's still close. He's close enough. He's within 1.5 seconds. Scrappy is out to a big lead. Enner trying to hold on to the second place at the moment. Scrappy still there. Second jump, they're all through cleanly. And to the finish we go. Everyone will hold on for 111.4.
Casual.
For...
Another casual 1.5 tenths away from the Challenger League record. Just casually. All good. Yeah.
So quick.
I'm not, like, how do I even get excited anymore when it's just the standard? Like, how...
Yeah, if they're not breaking a record, then, like, why do I care?
It's standard now. There's always going to be a time that is literally right behind the world record at this point. I don't know. This is absolutely wild. It just keeps on going. It keeps on going. Sprout do manage to pull ahead on the start of this one, but it really does not matter this time. A lot of the times when we see a team pull out ahead by just 1 point at the start of a map, we're like, well, you know, that's a big, you know, start to it. Generally, that contributes a lot to the momentum that you have in a map. This matchup, it doesn't matter whatsoever. That 1 point difference can be taken over so quickly by HOMYNOTSUN.
And aces have felt hard to come by in this match in general. HOMYNOTSUN back on agility dash, got a couple of them in a row. And we saw how important that was. I mean, won them the map, but it can really swing things quickly. It does not feel like any of them are going to be easily come by here on slippy slides. That is going to be Ener dropping a ways back away from the pace play there up at the front. Freed versus Scrappy in a race to the line. 3 turns, 3 bug slides, and Scrappy's going for the inside line on the first one. We have seen Gears lose people that turn very, very badly indeed. Feed on the outside still holds on and will cruise into a first place. It's a 111.7. Scrappy a 10th behind. Ener crosses the line in 3rd, and HOMYNOTSUN, they tie us right back up.
I mean, bro, come on, not even within 4/10 of the Challenger League record. What are you doing? What are you doing? that is a really fast time, and yet it feels normal at this point. That is just, you know, yeah, you're not even within 3/10 of the Challenger League record. But again, it's great, and it keeps us going over and over and over again. Now we're at 3-3. And they're going to be at each other's throats this whole series. This is going to be probably the most tiring series for the players that we have mentally seen over the course of the whole.
They have to go again. They have to go again tomorrow.
Yeah.
This is going to be such a difficult weekend. Dexter into a wall. I mean, hey, again, as you were saying, maybe expect to see more of those errors over the course of the weekend, because this is going to be tough. HOMYNOTSUN have to play alternate attacks tomorrow, and that could be a decider for positioning and whether or not either team makes the upper bracket in the playoffs as well. And this is not going to make that an awful lot easier, a match as tight as this one, but they are still in a position where they could still sweep. They are still 2-0 up, and something like that, giving them the confidence, would be absolutely huge.
Absolutely massive for them, and it would be kind of a killer blow for Sprout in terms of getting into the top 2 seeds as well. Scrappy again takes that inside line. It does not work out for him this time. The risk was there. I respect the effort, but it's going to give an ace to HOMYNOTSUN more likely than not. Ener crosses the line. Feed crosses 2/10 behind. Dexter and Scrappy bring up the rear. HOMYNOTSUN move to 6 points.
That is the risk of that inside line. That's exactly what we talked about in the first round, where he took it. You tried to go too tight to that corner, and you can potentially slip a gear and go sliding out the outside of that turn. And we talked about it. Aces hard to come by in this match, but when they come, they seem to come for HOMYNOTSUN more often, Twiggy.
It does seem that way. HOMYNOTSUN just do have the edge over Sprout here. I didn't expect to see them pulling ahead by this much. It's just the level of play has accelerated up to, if you're not getting insane times, then you are not winning a round. That is just how it is working, and more often than not, it is Feed and Ener that are getting times that are contending with the best times that we've seen here in the Challenger League so far. They are absolutely pushing Sprout past their limit. In fact, we're seeing so many more mistakes from Sprout because they have to drive perfect times.
True. And I mean, you're saying it's Feed and Ener getting those great times. For the most part, Ener has been absolutely popping off. But what's important for this team, for HOMYNOTSUN, is that Ener is right up there as well. And when there is a round where Feed drops off a little bit, Ener still securing those top 2s over and over. And it has been working for them. And that may need to be the case in this round. But make no mistake, Feed is not out of this one yet. Ener is currently sitting in 2nd place. This could be Sprout moving back a little bit, clawing in that 3-point lead a little bit. But Ener trying to deny. He's wider on that first turn.
Ener is going to have to try and split the difference here. I don't think he's going to be getting first place. Dexter is doing incredibly well. Ener, he's trying to get back over that one. A 111.5 there from Dexter secures him first place. Ener does manage to get out ahead of Scrappy, but Sprout bring themselves 1 point closer to HOMYNOTSUN, and HOMYNOTSUN do move to a track point here.
Feed sent it into that final turn. He wanted to get the snipe on Scrappy, turn that one into a draw and lock the lead, still at 3 points. Didn't quite get there, but he came scarily close.
I mean, the way we're looking at this, it's so easy, I think, as just a viewer to think, wow, Sprout are not doing very well. Sprout are really... No, By average times, this is their best week so far. In terms of average times and in terms of best times, this is one of their best weeks so far. That is just how well HOMYNOTSUN are doing. They're making Sprout look worse because HOMYNOTSUN are almost perfect throughout this whole thing. Sprout need to pull out absolute heroics to keep the fight at HOMYNOTSUN's level. It is unbelievable.
Yeah, and it could turn into a third map win in a row for HOMYNOTSUN as well. Definitely looking good for them on this one. At best at the moment, Sprout looking like a draw in this round, but this is also close. This could shake up in an instant, especially as we head onto this turn, the first one where mistakes really can be made. No mistake is made. Scrappy will now be a long way back. Enner and Feed trying to chase down Dexter. It's on Dexter to stay clean through this identity.
He goes for a risky line once again. This time it works out for him. This next one's going to be right tight as well. Enner trying to catch up, but Dexter has good lines. Enner really tries to go inside there. Hold on, Scrappy may just take this one back. Scrappy, where is he? There he is. He's going to get third place. It's another round win for Sprout out of absolutely nowhere. But more importantly, it's a 1:11.244 for Dexter. It's a new Challenger League record once again.
There, so quick, and goodbye to the three-way tie on Slippy Slides. Goodbye to Feed having that record tied with two other people. It's Dexter's now, and it is in sole possession. What a time from Dexter. What a match this is. And Sprout, they are now an ace away from managing to take this map against the run of play, against an HOMYNOTSUN that have looked near perfect on the first two tracks. Sprout could still do it. This could be a 2-1 match.
This would be so important for Sprout. This stops HOMYNOTSUN in their track. It stops them from getting 3 maps up. 3 maps up is pretty much that is it. That is, we've not seen a reverse sweep here in the Challenger League whatsoever. Sprout need to get this map away unless they are unbelievably quick on those final 4 maps. It would be unreal. It would literally be unreal. Sprout need to get this one done right here, right now. It's not looking likely as things stand. Scrappy down by 6/10, although you see him peek up there for a second. He may just be able to catch up with Enner and Feed, but Dexter is doing his best job to keep HOMYNOTSUN at bay. Maybe he will set another record time here. Feed goes very wide on that one. He's going to get overtaken by Scrappy, but not for long. He's come back into it. Dexter stays in first place. What time is this going to be? I can't even imagine. 1:11.16. He smashes his own record there once again. It's a draw, but Dexter again. What? Are you kidding me?
The problem is, it was still a draw. HOMYNOTSUN are still now a single point away. Sprout, they need to ace this round if they want to win. A tie brings, or a win for Sprout brings us to overtime. I don't know what to say anymore, man. But Dexter, 2 Challenger League records in a row.
It's all on
and
Scrappy
it still
now.
might not be enough.
It is all on Scrappy now. Dexter has shown that he is able to get points here for Sprout and keep them in this game. Now Scrappy needs to get at least 3rd place, and Dexter would still need to get first in that position. This is the problem here. He is keeping up now, but Dexter is the one this time who has fallen back further. Luckily, Enner is down the pack way further at this point, so it doesn't matter. But HOMYNOTSUN, Feed, if he takes 1st place here, that is it for Sprout in this map. They would be 3 maps down in the series, and that is a death toll from what we have seen so far. Feed is well out ahead at this point. 5 attempts is a massive amount to make up. And so far, he's not looking like he's giving up whatsoever. He saw Dexter took that record. He wants to try and take it back. Scrappy isn't catching up. It's all over in this map. Feed gets a 1:11.42. That would have been an incredible time just at the start of today, but now it's only 3/10 away from the record. But more importantly, HOMYNOTSUN take their 3rd map in the series, and it looks like it might be a sweep for them.
HOMYNOTSUN and Feed in particular are just too good, man. I mean, the times are there. Dexter is putting up incredible times, but so is Feed, and he is just putting them up that little bit more consistently. And again, it's that battle for 3rd place that I do want to focus on a little bit as well, because it's consistently getting those 3rds really pushes the team over the edge. Managing to have your 2nd car not in last place is what wins you matches in this format, and that has been working out that little bit better for HOMYNOTSUN. They head to back and forth. They head into a potential sweep over Sprout.
It's hard to believe that HOMYNOTSUN are 3 maps up at this point. Every map has been close. It's just been that they haven't consistently got themselves in that top 3, as you said. And so far, very nice verbing, I like that. So far, it's just that's been the difference maker. HOMYNOTSUN, both players are turning up. Both players are more often than not turning up. Feed makes a very early mistake. It's only the first round, but that may just be enough to give Sprout an open door here.
It's, I mean, it's funny every time the cast a curse happens.
Look, it is what it is. Hey, the world record's fixed.
Well done, chat. You've done an excellent job
chat.
there.
By bullying
guys.
the production team, you have fixed the problem. That's the solution, always. That's the solution. Congratulations, chat. I hope you feel good about yourselves. All right, now it is Dexter and Scrappy off the back of Feed's early mistake that may be able to take an ace here. Uh-oh, there goes Scrappy, giving Enna second place. Can he catch up to Dexter? I don't think it's going to happen. Dexter looks like he's going to take first. It's clean through to the end. A 58.4 is a decent time indeed. But yeah, Feed coming up fourth does give Sprout that round win.
That will be a strong round starting off for Sprout on this one. 58.4. I mean, it's not going to set the world alight, but it is a solid time, and it is Scrappy getting third place. A rare error from Feed. And I think that's maybe still worrying me a little bit, because Feed was a long way back. Scrappy was still a second and a half off the pace in that round as well. And you cannot guarantee that Feed is going to be that far back. In a lot of rounds, that still turns into a draw for HOMYNOTSUN, potentially even a win for them.
Yeah. Well, we'll just have to wait and see now if Sprout can get their second wind going. Although, it's not... Like, I say that like they haven't performed up until now. They have performed pretty much at the level of HOMYNOTSUN. They just haven't taken it over the finish line whatsoever. They need to put in... They need to turn on the afterburners, it looks like. Or, Feed needs to keep making mistakes early on in the map to give Sprout rounds here. And once again, Scrappy and Dexter are first and second.
This is the sloppiest round I think we've seen, with Dexter making another error there on the entry as well. His wheels bounce into the air. He's still in third place, but it has allowed Enner to climb up into second, and maybe a chance even to snipe away Scrappy in this final turn. I think Scrappy's going to hold on, keeping it clean, not getting too close to that wall, and a 59.0 is not a very quick time at all, but it's good enough for a round win, and it's another round win for Sprout.
Yeah, it's good. Well, I mean, yeah, Feed is just not getting to the end so far. As it stands, and that is the difference. That is, well, I mean, that is what Sprout were losing out to earlier on, and again, Feed falls back by a second.
First jump. Feed has run out of gas.
All his powers in the last 3 maps, right? That is...
Yeah, exactly. Like, we were in this final battle, you know, and at the end of the anime, we get to the end of the fight, and the hero just collapses, and Feed is gone.
Well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see if he regains his power by the end of this map. He still has time. So far, Enner is doing a good job of at least limiting the damage that Sprout are doing round on round. But Dexter and Scrappy, once again, first and second. Can Enner once again split that difference towards the identity? So far, it is clean from Sprout. Can they keep it clean all the way through to that finish line? Can Enner put on that pressure? So far, he's got more speed than Scrappy. He's taken better lines than Scrappy. Can he keep it up through to the very last turn? It's good. It's more inside. Oh, he doesn't quite manage to make it work. It is only 29 thousandths between those two players, but Sprout get a well-needed ace.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they got an ace, but what a time to get it, to go up 7-2 on back and forth. What a turnaround this is. And you have to look at Feed and say,
of the challenge.
It's so far away. Twiggy, stop scaring it off, all right? It's a little bit shy. The reverse sweep is a long way off. And Feed does get cleanly through the first turn. He got very close to that wall, but he immediately drops back off. Gears not working out for him through those first couple of turns. And it's just not been looking very good from Feed here on back and forth, and it's looking like Sprout may be able to turn this into a much-needed map win.
Yeah, at this point, I'm really not sure what's going on. We joked that maybe he's run out of steam. I don't know. This is unfortunate, really, for HOMYNOTSUN when they needed it to close things out the most, when they needed to stop Sprout from gaining momentum the most. It looks like Sprout are going to be running away with things unless Feed can turn up here. Enner is doing such hard work to try and stop Dexter and Scrappy from taking precious rounds away from them, precious points away from them. Enner now trying to split that difference once again. Dexter is out in first place. Scrappy moves down to third. Can Enner keep it clean? Can he keep his team alive in this one? It's a very wide last turn, but nobody's overtaking. He takes first place. What is that? Feed takes third. Scrappy, where did he go? HOMYNOTSUN get a round win out of nowhere.
Dexter just lost speed. I think he had to release through that final turn there. Enner took him on the outside, and that's a big round win for HOMYNOTSUN. If it had been a round win for Sprout, I was ready to wrap things up and say that's it, they're done, they're gone. But as things stand, HOMYNOTSUN, I mean, hey, if Feed wakes up, if there's an ace for HOMYNOTSUN here, it could happen.
Yeah, they do need at least one ace. That is categorically true in this one. They need at least one ace and at least one round win. Both of those things need to be gained by HOMYNOTSUN towards the end. 2 aces would be lovely as well. That gets them the map all done. No problem whatsoever. Match. But so far, yes, sorry, match as well, obviously. But so far, Scrappy and Dexter are so much cleaner through the start of the map. Feed this time has not fallen very far behind. But it's 5/10 still. They both need to keep it incredibly clean just to keep this away from Sprout. And so far, it's looking like they're well enough ahead that unless something terrible happens to Sprout, they're going to be taking this one away and starting that comeback. All Scrappy, he falls back. Will he fall back further than both of these players? Yes, he will. It's a draw out of nowhere. HOMYNOTSUN are still alive.
A 57.9 as well. We are back to some pretty incredible times in this match. And HOMYNOTSUN, they remain alive. They still need at least one ace in order to get to get back into this. Yeah. But an ace followed by a round win would tie us up. We'd head to overtime. It needs to be an ace on this round. That's it. That's it. Full stop.
It does indeed. Dexter is going to work as hard as possible to make that not a reality whatsoever. And so far, he has been very, very consistent through to the end. And Scrappy has done his best to keep up with that. A lot of the times it's just been tiny, tiny mistakes or needing to slow down at the end with too much speed on the identity that has lost him that position to either Feed or Enner. Oh, he falls back once again. Now it's just up to Dexter. Can he keep it clean to get that ace for the team? Also, oh no, or to stop HOMYNOTSUN from acing, I would say no. Feed has fallen back. It looks like it's over for this map. Enner doing his best to catch up and will catch up, but Feed is so far down behind that it's not going to be an ace either way. Sprout take that map. It's another pretty decent time. No, I thought it said 58. Never mind. I thought it said 58.2. No,
that's a 9.
59.2. Yeah. Oh well. Doesn't matter. Sprout have done what they needed to do.
Victory.
Sprout? They will manage to take a first map win here against HOMYNOTSUN. Map difference could still be important at the top of the table when it comes down to deciding top 2. So preventing the sweep, I mean, that's a big swing, even if HOMYNOTSUN do go on to pick up another one here. Yeah. But there's still a lot of maps to be played here. I mean, if Sprout want to win this one, they still need to improve the performance on an awful lot. They have been quite good at reps.
They really,
I mean, this is one of the tracks that they go to, and it may show up at a very, very critical time for them.
Yeah, this could be absolutely perfect. I wouldn't say there is a better time for reps to come through for them. They have not lost reps, I don't think. Wait, they were close to losing it last time around against Exalted. No, they were close to losing it. It was 10-7. But they have not lost reps once in the regular season so far. So this is looking like a pretty safe bet for them as we move forward. Look, no team is without mistakes on reps, but generally, Sprout seem to make less than other teams.
Yeah. And they're also quick. This is the only map where Scrappy holds the Trackmania Challenger League live round record, and he is a 10th off of Mime's world record as well for that one. So, in general, they're quick, they're consistent. This may be a second map win, and pressure starting to build on HOMYNOTSUN potentially as well at that point. Things start to get a little scary, and then when your hands start to shake a little bit, when the adrenaline kicks in, those reverse sweeps, they start to become self-fulfilling prophecies if you let them get close enough.
Yeah, you talk about momentum, it is a real thing, both mental and physical. You know, once you're able to find that first win, suddenly it becomes a lot easier. You get in the heads of your opponents, and so far HOMYNOTSUN seem to be affected by it. We saw Feed crash 3 times at the start of the map. Last map, Enner this time on the first round has fallen down by 2.5 seconds. Can Sprout really just throw it in HOMYNOTSUN's faces, get an ace straight away? Yep, no problems whatsoever. A 106.7 to start things off. I mean, it's a brilliant time once again. It's not incredibly close to his record on the Challengers League, but that is enough to make HOMYNOTSUN feel a lot of pressure.
You gotta feel the heat turning up on HOMYNOTSUN right now. Sprout are making things scary, and aces were very, very difficult for Sprout to come by in the first half of this match. And all of a sudden, they have started off reps with one, a map that they favor, and they're out to a little bit of a lead very early on again, once in this one. See if they can get a second ace in a row. I mean, at that point, you start to look and say, like, yeah, I feel like we're probably going to see map 7.
Yeah, that's... yeah, absolutely. I mean, HOMYNOTSUN just haven't looked like the same team over the past couple maps. Obviously, we're only one round into this map. I'm not going to say that categorically right now, but so far, there have been mistakes creeping in. They have been going 100% power for the past three maps before back and forth, and I think it has affected them. It genuinely has affected them that they've had to work so hard to get those maps. Now Sprout may just be able to pounce on that lack of energy that HOMYNOTSUN are bringing at this point. Dexter and Scrappy in a 1-2 position once again, and their identity was incredibly clean last round. Can they do it once again? Can they keep HOMYNOTSUN at bay? It looks like they can. No problem whatsoever. Once again, holding hands through to the end, but Scrappy misses. Scrappy missed. Feed takes second place. It's still a round win for Sprout no matter, but not perfect.
Not perfect, and maybe it'll come back to bite them. It's a 4-point lead instead of a 6.1. It's commanding still for Sprout. 5-1 is a very, very comfortable way to start off a map. But we'll see. Will that end up being costly? Think back to that moment if things go badly. Scrappy missing the finish here on reps.
We've already had a 10-9 between these two teams in this series. 1 point means a lot. Oh my, okay, Enna starts turning a little early. That is unfortunate. Dexter had also lost a little bit of time to a wider turn, but he catches back up, no problem. And again, Sprout in a 1-2 position.
They are holding on to that. It is going to be Feed who is trying to chase him down at the moment, but you saw Dexter coming in with the wider line, exiting with more speed from the dirt, is holding on to that second place at the moment. And I mean, that was a mistake from Scrappy in the last round. It was still good enough for a third, and that was what we talked about for Scrappy earlier in the match, was he was not picking up those third places. It was the battle with Enner that he was losing while Dexter was fighting Feed at the front. And Scrappy, now that we're onto reps, is starting to fight for those first places, and it's Dexter he's fighting for them. Things look good for Sprout.
Things look very good for Sprout. I mean, there was a very minimal mistake last time from Scrappy that gave away second place to HOMYNOTSUN. Will it happen again? He stays out ahead. No! Dexter this time! Oh, it's one or the other. Oh my god, wait, no. Okay, it's all good. All good. Enna is far back enough that it doesn't matter too much, but Sprout again. Give away a point to HOMYNOTSUN. Look, obviously they are 5 points ahead at this point. We're not going to say, you know, that is a terrible thing. But HOMYNOTSUN, you know, we know that if you give them just an inch, they'll take a mile. So Sprout need to be careful, but I think they're still feeling very confident here.
It should be 9-0. It absolutely should be 9-0 at the moment, and it's been mistakes on the finish line that have cost Sprout those points, but they're still 7-2 up. It's still very, very good for them. I mean, Dexter, he had to pay at least one visit to that finish line pole.
Absolutely, yeah, exactly. It is Dexter's, you know. Oh no, oof, and touches the wall, falls back. Once again, it's an early mistake from HOMYNOTSUN, giving Sprout an easier time of being able to get back into this round. Now, Feed is the one contending to try and stop the ace from happening for Sprout. You really don't want to be closed out of a map 10-2, especially when Sprout are starting to bring a comeback towards you. So HOMYNOTSUN really, really need to get this one done, and Feed needs to split the difference or get a first against Scrappy and Dexter here. He is keeping up with them for the time being, but again, it's all going to come down to this identity. What will happen to Scrapper and Dexter? Will they keep it clean? Will they make it through to the end? Neither of them will! Feed takes first place. It's a great time as well, and it's an ace for HOMYNOTSUN!
What a turnaround that is. It is a 5-point lead. It was a 5-point lead. It's now only 2 between them.
You give them an inch.
They will take a mile. They could still take this map. Twiggy, this would be one of the most insane comebacks that we have seen. Shutting down Sprout's momentum, completely killing this match dead, nearly guaranteeing themselves a top 2 position into the playoffs. HOMYNOTSUN, this would be so big. They've made a mistake, but
I have seen, yeah, they've made a mistake. I have seen so many people saying this team is lucky. This team, you know, just gets wins off of other teams' mistakes. Take a look at this series. Just watch it back. Watch the VOD back after we're done here, and you will see how unbelievably wrong you are. HOMYNOTSUN are killers. They are absolutely insane. They do not let you make a single mistake. They are so quick and so precise through everything so far that Sprout just have... they're shell-shocked, I feel like. HOMYNOTSUN can still bring this one back, and once again, they're contending for another ace. Will it be clean from Sprout? If they make another mistake on the identity, I feel like things could go very, very wrong for them. Right now, 1 and 3, but Dexter falls back, and now Scrappy has hit the wall as well. He doesn't get through to the end. It's another ace!
It's an ace!
What?
It's an ace! Oh my god! Oh my god! It's 2 aces in a row for HOMYNOTSUN. They have the lead. They have this match in the palm of their hand.
I fell to my knees just now. Genuinely, I just fell to my knees. Production can completely confirm that I actually did that. Yeah, I just heard he did in my ear. So, HOMYNOTSUN 2 points away. Both teams on track point, but HOMYNOTSUN have got 2 aces in a row off of the back of Sprout not being as consistent on the identity as they once have. And HOMYNOTSUN are forcing mistakes from Sprout. This is the thing. They're not just capitalizing off them. They're staying close enough and making this difficult enough that Sprout are second-guessing themselves. They're not managing to make it through unscathed. Scrappy falls back by half a second. Well, so does Enna, but... still, I mean, look, unless Sprout get an ace hit, still HOMYNOTSUN are breathing down their throats.
It's
necks, but still.
Necks. Someone's breathing somewhere, and there's heavy breathing going on in my room right now. Look, this is going to come down to the wire. We could see these teams tied at 9-9. Dexter leads from feed, leads from Scrappy, and either the reverse sweep is still on the cards, or HOMYNOTSUN make one of the best single map comebacks we've ever seen. That is such a costly mistake. Surely. Dexter through the line. Scrappy misses. Scrappy misses! We're tied at 9-9!
You are absolutely kidding me. That was millimeters away. He doesn't make it, and HOMYNOTSUN tie it up. I'm speechless. I am actually speechless. There is no way HOMYNOTSUN can win. There's no way. There is no way.
It's such a fast time as well. 106.5. He's within a 10th of the Challenger League record at the top. One final round. Do HOMYNOTSUN complete one of the best single map comebacks that we have seen in the Challenger League? Or will Sprout keep the hopes of a reverse sweep and one of the most impressive match comebacks that we've seen in the Challenger League alive? This is the round, Twiggy.
This is absolutely insane. I mean, no matter what happens here, the storylines have just been unbelievable throughout this whole series. Feed and Enna now trying to close this one out. Whoever gets a round win manages to take it. It does not matter if you ace this one. It doesn't matter whatsoever. All that you need to do is get a first place, and you've guaranteed at the very least that you are not losing out this map anytime soon. Dexter is out in first place for the time being. He's put up a record today. He has put up some amazing times today, but so has Feed, Scrappy, and Enna. They're contending for third place now, trying to take a second away. Enna needs to catch up now to his teammate, to Scrappy, to Dexter. Will Dexter get through this time around? It looks like he may. It's clean from both of them. It may just be a round win. This time, it is Sprout, and they just about take it away. It was looking a bit weird at the end there for Dexter, but they do it in the nick of time, and they... oh my god, this is insane.
Dexter could not have gotten closer to crashing that finish and giving us a draw on the round. He hit the pole, the back end of his car swings around, and he gets a wheel across the line. Scrappy crosses in third as well. And we have to keep going. We're on to freestyle map 6. The reverse sweep is still on.
You know when I said last week that that was the best week of Trackmania or the best week of Challengers League you're ever going to see? This one match by itself has surpassed that.
Yep.
I mean, this is unbelievable.
Oh my god. Someone is gonna fall off, and it will be a ratio on this corner. I say that I don't want to bet on any of these players making big errors in this identity. I hope we get to map 7, Twiggy. I really do.
It would be beautiful. It genuinely would. I'm sorry, HOMYNOTSUN fans, but I just want to make your blood pressure even higher by getting this to map 7, because oh my lord, this is just insane. Sprout's resilience to be able to bring this back. HOMYNOTSUN's resilience to be able to take 2 aces in that last map and almost finish it out of absolutely nowhere. it is unbelievable. And on freestyle, once again, it's going to be so close. Look at these top 3 players.
Yeah, and I mean, hey, HOMYNOTSUN, they have yet to lose a match on this map. They've played it 4 times. They've won every single time. Sprout, they've lost once on this map as well. So it's going to come down to it. HOMYNOTSUN, they're going to feel a little bit more comfortable on a map like this. Will that be enough to prevent the train, the runaway train that Sprout have turned into in this match? It's going to be close.
Enna overtakes Dexter in the first jump. Can Dexter take it back in the second one? It looks like he's going for it. It's neck and neck. It's down to 5 thousandths to start things off. But HOMYNOTSUN get the round win. They're looking to close it out right here, right now.
107.5, and it's only 5 thousandths behind as well. This continues to deliver. This has been how this match has been the entire way through as well. Even in that last map when reps looked like it should have been a blowout, HOMYNOTSUN came back, and here they are, kicking things off with a round win. Freestyle, man. It could all end here.
It really, really could. HOMYNOTSUN are confident on this map, as you just saw right there. Scrappy falls back behind. Now Feed and Enna, they have a 1-2 position. They could get an ace right here. But as we've seen, we saw a 7-2 scoreline last map, and it ended 11-10. Who knows what is going to happen up until you're up to that track point. It really, really will not matter as much as you think it may. Enna narrowly misses crashing out there, but it's a good line either way. And he stays in second place, although an overtake there is well timed from Dexter. He takes a higher line. He takes less speed through to the end, but may have more control of the car as they move forward. Feed in first place, Enna in second now, and it looks like their lines have been good through the jump so far. Enna takes first. Feed has gone absolutely wild out of nowhere. Dexter, he's in second now. Can he catch up? No, he cannot. Enna takes first place, and once again, it's a round win for HOMYNOTSUN. They may just be able to close it out now, but they're only getting 1 point on Sprout every single round.
In 6 weeks, this is the 5th time that HOMYNOTSUN have picked freestyle. And they could be looking to turn this into their 5th win on the map as well. What a time to come for. We said reps came at a perfect time for Sprout, that was a map that they're comfortable on, that a comeback may continue as a result of that. Freestyle may be just the map that HOMYNOTSUN needed to prevent that comeback.
This is unreal. HOMYNOTSUN still, I mean, look, they had a rough moment for map 4 and for the start of map 5. It was rough. But they are starting to bring themselves back. They have got that second wind I was talking about earlier, and so far they're consistent here on freestyle, and that's what's going to count. Can Sprout bring the fight back to them? Can they keep it clean there? That's an awkward jump from somebody, although everybody gets through it unscathed for the most part. Dexter and Scrappy need to catch up now. Can they get a couple more points out of this one? They can still turn it back to 5-4 with an ace here, but Feed and Enna have looked consistent here on the identity. Can they keep it up? Dexter out ahead. Oh no, Feed is gone. He's back. Enna needs to now stop Sprout from getting an ace and getting back ahead. It's good from everybody on the first jump. Can they keep it clean through the second jump? Scrappy has a little more speed, but he can't catch up with Enna. Enna stops them from taking the lead this time around, but it closes to 1 point.
It's another Challenger League record.
That's a world.
It's another Challenger League record. It's a world record.
A world record.
Yeah. All right, Dexter. God, what a time to do it. Sprout back within 1 point. Still, the comeback is on. HOMYNOTSUN, they've never lost on the map. They might lose tonight.
There is so much to look at once right now. The scoreline, the times. Okay. Cool. So it's just gonna keep going like this. Oh man, we might get a map 7 like this. That would be something. Oh boy, Enna's gone, and Sprout may just be able to start gaining some points here once again. They're probably spurred on by that new world record. And not only taking it away here from Pack, who was up at the top there, we've taken it away because we're not updating it, but taking it away from Feed as well, who also tied for the world record here. That's a big blow, and Sprout may just be able to capitalize off of that perfectly. Feed now looks like he wants to take back that world record from Dexter here, but he clips a wheel on the inside. Dexter takes first place, no problem, and Scrappy moves back up into second. It's awkward. He stays through. He made the jump, and the respawn from Feed and Enna means that he stays in second place. Scrappy, it's beautiful. Oh no! Oh, he's respawned. Dexter's gone. Oh, no way. No, Enna can't overtake now. Enna can't.
It's fine. Surely.
Okay, it's fine.
Dexter still gets there. He still gets there.
They've tied it up. They've tied it up.
Scrappy safed the final jump completely. Just did not want anything to go wrong. Feed was still there. Dexter finishes 7 seconds behind. It is messy. It is messy is the only word I can use for it there. And yet somehow we've ended up here, tied at 6-6. Neither team on track point, but at least one of them guaranteed to be on track point in the next round. And Sprout are looking to complete a reverse sweep still that I have been saying for week on week now. I thought was impossible in this format. Yeah, Sprout could do it tonight.
They genuinely could. Both teams, again, we've gone back to the first couple maps where they were pushing each other to their limits. Now, that is what is happening once again. It took a world record to get them some meaningful points. They only got 1 point out of that round, Sprout. The 1 point that Dexter gained them by getting a world record and beating out Feed's time there. Now, Enna manages to catch up to Scrappy, but both of these players are very, very close. Feed is well out ahead, however, if he keeps it clean through to the very end. Enna now clips a wheel, and that means he falls all the way back. It doesn't matter what mistakes are made. There Dexter, his jump is cleaner, so is Scrappy's. Feed moves down into 3rd place. Can he keep it clean through to the very end? Yes, he can. He can't quite overtake. Not quite, but it's a round win from Sprout. And once again, they move out ahead. This is unbelievable.
But HOMYNOTSUN could just ace. They get the 1 point necessary. Feed holds on to that, and they could just ace and pull this back. With that said, that is 3 wins in a row for Sprout. They just need to add a 4th, and they bring us to map 7. They bring us to parkour, and everything would be decided by the cone.
Oh my god, this is unreal. Sprout now just need a round win. HOMYNOTSUN just need an ace to close things out. Both teams could do it right here, right now. HOMYNOTSUN, they're going to be feeling so much pressure right now. If they don't get this ace, there is that possibility that they get reverse sweeped at the time when they least needed that in the regular season. Sprout, if they get this one, they give themselves another chance to get into this one. Their 3rd chance to stop HOMYNOTSUN from taking the series. It would be so influential in the standings of the regular season. They would have fought so hard to get this done, and they would have deserved it so much. Scrappy in 1st place, but everybody is within 1/10 of each other as we move forward towards the final jump here. Feed out ahead. Dexter and Scrappy are going to be trying to take this one back, and so far their jumps have been more consistent, have been riskier, and have been quicker. Feed stays in 1st place. Oh no, there's a couple of mistakes. He falls back. Dexter and Scrappy, they're in 1st and 2nd. We may just be going to map 7. It might just be happening, but oh, there it is.
We're going to map 7.
Welcome to Trackmania Esports, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoy your stay, because we're going to a map 7, and it may just be the reverse sweep from Sprout.
The reverse sweep. I thought it was impossible. I did not think we would ever see a team manage to win the 4 in a row necessary after dropping behind by 3. And here comes Scrappy and Dexter, looking to pull it all the way back, looking to turn this one into that reverse sweep. They're going to look to do it on parkour. That's the first loss Feed and Enner have taken on freestyle all season long, Twiggy. And when we head now onto parkour, it's going to be a tall ask for them. Things are going to be very, very difficult indeed. They have a 25% win rate on this track. Sprout, they have a 50% win rate, but they've only played it twice.
Oh my god. So basically both teams, this is going to be the ideal final map. Not by terms of amazing times and beautiful consistency are we going to see a winner here. We're going to see a winner through lots of mistakes from the opposition.
Through
it seems
sheer
like
bloody-mindedness is what's going to
Enna
carry one of these teams across the line.
Oh my god, it's just... I can't believe this. This is the best series of Trackmania I've ever watched.
This is absolutely insane. Enner has fallen behind. Dexter will make a mistake out of the ice. Battle for 3rd place is very much on, as is the battle for 1st between Feed and Scrappy at the moment. Credit to Scrappy, who has stepped up massively after the first 3 tracks in this match.
Oh, why did you say that?
Well, he stepped a wheel up over the edge as well, and that's one kind of stepping up. Here comes a potential ace for HOMYNOTSUN. Dexter is trying to hunt down Enner for 2nd place at the moment.
Oh no, he makes a mistake. That's way
Dexter
too wide.
will make the error as well. He's crashed on out. HOMYNOTSUN, ace is back on. Enner keeps it safe, keeps it clean, and Feed will cruise to a round win. Enner will cruise in behind them, and HOMYNOTSUN get off to exactly the start they would have wanted.
Sprout on paper the better team on this map, but it does not matter. I don't care what your statistics say at this point. At this point in the series, it just comes down to how good you are at closing things out and being just like bringing just your A game when everything has been thrown out the window. We are not seeing, you know, the same players that we have seen over the past few weeks. This is completely, you know, look, it's final map gauntlet now, and everybody needs to play almost perfectly to be able to grab a win here. And HOMYNOTSUN right now, it looks like they are the more consistent team. Can Sprout get back in form here in this map?
I mean, look, however this regular season does end up going, this is playoffs form for Sprout and HOMYNOTSUN, and you do not want to run into them in that bracket. They are both looking like monsters at the moment. It's incredible. And I mean, hey, hopefully Sprout can pull it back at the end of this last map. We deserve a photo finish between these two teams on map 7.
We really, really do. Feed, and NR Feed drops back. He touches the wall. He has less speed. He will just about make the jump, but he's going to have so much less on this one. And as you say, it may just be an ace back. Dexter and Scrappy, can they keep it clean to the end? It looks like they will. It's really, really good from both of them. It's clean through to the end. Dexter manages to get a 1:02.9. Not a bad time whatsoever. And it's an ace for Sprout to make it 3-all.
It's going to be tied back up. It's going the distance, Twiggy. I'm calling it now. This is what we wanted from map 7. And HOMYNOTSUN, they need to clean that up a little bit. Enner has looked dicey on the last couple of maps, and right now he's been dropping back in 4th place a little bit too often pre-identity. They got round 1. They need to try and clutch out a round 2 that doesn't involve Sprout making big mistakes. They just need to have the pace to beat them here.
They really, really do now, and it's really just going to come down to the wire every single round, I feel like. We're not going to see as many of those massive mistakes, but tiny mistakes like that could cost your team dearly, and Enner falls back a pretty decent amount now, 1 second almost, and Sprout may just be able to pounce on that feed. No, his wheel clips over the bobsleigh, and Scrappy and Dexter can coast through to a win here, but you can't coast whatsoever. On parkour, they still need to make these jumps work. We've seen so many mistakes here. Can they keep it clean? Can they get themselves that 6-point mark? It looks like that may just be the case. It's good from both of them. Once again, a clean round from Scrappy and Dexter. A 1:02.5 is great as well. That is, I mean, wait, is that, oh my god, that's a new Challenger League record again. 1:02.584 is currently the record.
It's a new Challenger League record again here. There you go. It keeps going. It's again. It's 3 aces. 2 of them for Sprout, 1 of them for HOMYNOTSUN. The momentum with Sprout very firmly in the match. There are 3 maps in a row. In the map, they are 2 rounds, 2 aces in a row. HOMYNOTSUN, it's time to show they have the ice in the veins. They need to clutch up in this round, or it's going to start to be too late.
If you don't think this is the match of the season, you are wrong.
Insane.
You are just wrong.
You're just
that is, there is
incorrect.
no, yeah, you are objectively incorrect on that one. HOMYNOTSUN now need to start bringing this one back once again. They were 3 points ahead. Now they're 3 points behind. Can they bring home this map? Can they bring home the win that they have been on match point for the past 3 maps? Dexter makes a mistake. That opens the door for them. Scrappy, he needs to stay out in 1st place to keep them 3 points abreast of HOMYNOTSUN. Can Enner catch up? It doesn't look like it. He respawns. Oh no, he doesn't make the jump. Veda's had to respawn as well. Scrappy, no, he doesn't make the jump either. He has to respawn, and it doesn't make it! Dexter! Dexter! What?
Dexter wins the round, Scrappy's going to be second. It's an ace!
Not an ace!
It's another ace!
Not an ace!
It's another ace! Oh, get out your red nose, because that cannot be how this map goes down to the wire. Sprout get 3 aces in a row, one of them very much not like the others, but the points will spend like any other. It's 9-3, and HOMYNOTSUN will need to ace twice in a row.
This is unbelievable. No matter what happens here, it has been such an unbelievable series, such an unbelievable story for both of these teams. Sprout with the first chance at a genuine chance at a reverse sweep here that we have seen in the Challengers League, and it looks like it may just be over already. Feed is down 6 seconds, and that is just the death bell ringing for HOMYNOTSUN at this point. 1 point for Sprout does it, and Enna has just a mammoth task to even just get first place, let alone for Feed to get out ahead as well and get them an ace. I mean, Dexter is going to coast through to this one. It looks like he doesn't make the jump. Hold on. Enna is in first place now. It looks like he may take it. Can Scrappy keep up? Yes, he can. It's all over. Sprout with a reverse sweep.
Sprout have done the impossible. They lose 3 maps in a row. The match looks done. And when you think it's all over, well, it is all over now because Sprout have won 4 in a row. It looked dicey at times, but they ace 3 times in a row on parkour. And then Scrappy clutches up when Dexter makes a rare mistake, crashing on that identity to pull out the win, to pull out the sweep. I do not believe it. This is day 1 of our Super Week, Twiggy, and it is the day with less matches as well.
If we had to do another match today, I would pass out. Genuinely, that was the best series of Trackmania I've ever seen in my life. That was unreal.
Absurd. Absolutely. That's the only word I can use for it. I mean, incredible times, incredible crashes, world records for both overall for the Grand League and then multiple new ones for the Challenger League as well. This match quite literally had everything.